everybody, Dieter Kurtenbach here at Toyota Center in Houston. The Warriors take game one of the much anticipated Western Conference Finals matchup with the Houston Rockets, 119-106. A spectacular performance from Kevin Durant and an all-around pretty good game from the Warriors. This team is really locked in right now, and it showed especially late in game one of this series. The Rockets, remember, they won 65 games in the regular season. They wanted home court advantage. They wanted this raucous Toyota Center crowd behind them in game one. They wanted to get off on a good start, and they did that here in game one. But Durant was just too much. The Warriors were just too much. Too many dudes. Warriors take game one, and it feels in many ways like the series has now completely gone in the Warriors' direction. It's very hard to see a circumstance outside of the things that you don't want to imagine, injury and other terrible things like that, where the Rockets can get back and win four of the next six and beat this Warriors team. It was a devastating game, as Coach Mike D'Antoni said, for the Rockets. Let's get into the big three here, though. Number one is Kevin Durant. He had 37 points in this game. It felt like he had 90 at some points. He was just getting anything he wanted, and it's a carryover from the Warriors series against the New Orleans Pelicans. Steph Curry just hasn't looked like himself yet. You never really know what Klay Thompson's going to give you other than really good defense every night. You can't really count on Draymond Green and Andre Iguodala to give you solid offense night in and night out. The offense for the Warriors is running through Kevin Durant right now, and it looks spectacular. A lot of mid-range shots, a lot of post-ups, but it puts the Rockets in a really difficult position because they simply cannot guard Durant, and so either they double-team him and leave somebody else wide open, or they let him get as many shots up as he wants. And, well, he took as many shots as he wanted in game one, and the Rockets probably regret that. We'll see what they do in game two. But Kevin Durant was everything for the Warriors again, and it's just now 3 straight, almost impeccable games from Kevin Durant. The Warriors are almost unstoppable when Durant plays like this. Second point, James Harden was almost as good, if not even a little bit better than Durant in game one. And that's crazy that the Rockets still lose by double digits in a game where the presumptive NBA MVP gets 41 points on pretty efficient shooting. He was isolating against Stephen Curry and Kevon Looney. He was scoring a lot of baskets, but he faded away late, and that's point number 3. I think that the big takeaway from this game number one is the Warriors' mental fortitude versus the Rockets' lack of experience, and it really was it was shown in game one. The Warriors fell down early. It was a raucous Toyota Center crowd, and a team that doesn't have the experience like the Warriors, they probably fade in that situation. But they didn't, and they came back and they got their buckets up, and they knew there were a lot more possessions in the game, and they eventually took the lead and held on to the lead because they've been in situations like this before. They trust that they're going to come through in the end. The Rockets, on the other hand, when they went down, they kind of fell out of what they usually do best, and especially late in the game when the Warriors kept coming back, kept counterpunching for everything that the Rockets were throwing their way, it really seemed like the Rockets kind of gave up at the end of game one. And that's just a really terrible thing to see if you're a team that's talked all the stuff the Rockets have talked. When you win all the games the Rockets win, and everyone expects a really great series, for it to kind of look like the Warriors demoralized the Rockets in game one, yeah, it makes you wonder what game 2, 3, and 4 are going to look like. It could be a very fast series. If the Warriors play the way they did in game one, this could be a 4 or a 5 gamer. If the Rockets come back in game 2, we might have something interesting. All I know is that the Rockets played all season for home court advantage, and they lost it in 48 minutes. That's exactly what the Warriors wanted, and the Rockets are going to have their best game of the season if they want to beat this Warriors team in game 2. It should be an exciting one. We'll have all the coverage from practice tomorrow, and then game 2 on Wednesday here from Houston. Until then.